Welcome, Rachel, to our Host Insight sessions with RMC Asia.
My name is Rachel Adriano. I'm the HR specialist. And our property is here in InterContinental Residences Dubai Business Bay. We are also clustered with another ISG property, which is opening next year. We officially opened September 1, so a month ago. Time flies and we are here now.
Cultural exchange programs have become a big part of the hospitality industry. And from your perspective and your experience working in HR, why are these programs so important and how do they bring value to both participants and the hotels where they work?
Our guests, our clients are coming from different countries, so the diversity is very important, and it's also very important to the service that when we have a guest coming from Arabic country, France, China, Japan, whoever, it's nice to have someone who speaks the language so they feel at home. You customize the service at the same time. So having a different nationality working or on board is really make a lot of difference. And of course, not only the diversity, at the same time, we would like to have a good balance between number of female and male. Currently, our target is to have a 40% female and 60% male. At the moment, I am sitting in a 38-39% female, which is really good. We are in a target, and at the moment, I have 30 nationalities at the moment. So it's really doing well, and I'm really, really proud of that.
I couldn't agree more with that. I think such programs kind of create a win-win situation for both the hotels and the trainees because the trainees or interns get to gain experience, and then for the hotel, you can increase your diversity and provide better service to guests.
What's also a benefit for interns is because ISG, the main purpose of having intern is for them to become permanent. So as much as possible, we would like to have all our interns to become permanent, of course. Our main goal is for them to become permanent.
I think that's also a big goal and kind of like a big stepping stone for a lot of interns themselves to just get that launch for their career in hospitality.
What's good on this property is because we just opened. We are still in the process of getting there. So it's the best time also for the intern to come on board and learn how is the transition of pre-opening and post-opening, something like that.
So do you think this might be one of the main attraction points of InterContinental Residences, specifically that property, as in it's just in its stages of opening, so it provides interns with a more dynamic, slightly challenging experience, but a lot of growth as well?
They will learn how to create things from the scratch. When you join a property that is already in operation, you just need to follow what's already there. But in pre-opening, you have to create. You create A, B, and C, and you all have to try all of them. So for the interns to join us during the pre-opening, after post-opening also, they will see how the transition and they will learn so much things, and this is also for them to have opportunity to bring fresh ideas. This generation, they're not afraid to speak. So this is what we are looking for, someone who could bring some idea and willing to express themselves.
And when you're selecting candidates to join the property in such a dynamic environment, what are some other traits and skills and qualities you're looking for in future interns and trainees?
First, the thing I look for in an intern is the character and attitude. I believe everything you can learn, but the character and attitude, the willingness, the passion, you can see from the person if they really want this opportunity, the way they answer the question, the way they react, the perspective in life, There are many interns who would like to have the experience and see how to be in the operation, how to be in the hotel. You can see the excitement of the individual person when you talk to them during the interview.
Having that motivation and passion for what they do is probably a bit more important than hard skills, because hard skills you can just learn and absorb them from working.
You can learn the computer, you can learn the service, you can learn how to serve the food, the menu, you can learn how to order things, but the passion, your feelings towards to the work, that is something you must have, you know. The motivation of going there, moving to Dubai, and get to know the UAE and get to know the hotel. I also appreciate when the intern during interview, they research a little bit of the property. Means they think in advance, you know, they prepare themselves, you know, they respect the interview.
And I think that tells you a lot about how they will handle their responsibility at work as well.
Exactly, yes, exactly.
As a partner of RMC Asia, how do you think the collaboration benefits your hotel and your recruitment process at the property?
So far, I have selected a few number of employees from RMC, and it's doing really well. It helps me at the moment with these few people who join us from RMC. It's really well. I'm really appreciate it, and I'm looking forward for more candidate or intern or permanent for the sector, of course.
While there are a lot of positive things when hiring interns, what do you think are some challenges when it comes to sourcing talents like international interns and trainees, and what are some difficulties that might appear?
The main challenge there is not finding the intern. My challenge there is to find someone who can fit, because you know every hotel has the same service, of course, but the management, the people who's currently on board, let's say for example for my front office team, my front office manager is German, and the room manager is from China, and the guest experience manager is Arabic. So you know, this combination of people, we are looking for someone who has the same energy. The front office team are very strong people, has very strong personality, has very strong mind, and if I will bring an intern, I would like to have someone who has the same vibes, you know. It's like finding your boyfriend, you know. You want to have relationship with someone you have the same character or attitude, or you can talk or you can work on. So at the moment, my challenge, I must say, is finding someone that who could fit with the team.
Yeah, I totally understand also what you were talking about with matching energy, because sometimes even cultural differences or different expectations from different team members, they can be tricky to navigate, especially when hiring a team member with maybe less experience.
Sometimes, you know, even though the person has less experience, but they know how to speak, they are confident, they know what they are talking, they respond to the question very well, and they smile during, you can see, I always imagine the person during the interview, how this person gonna be in front of the guest. The interview is very, very crucial for the intern or permanent to show their best, speak their best, and represent themselves as is their best. You know, this is very important.
For young professionals or for students who are applying for an internship, what are some tips or advice that you would give them if they want to start a career in hospitality?
Be on time, first of all, in the interview. If they have chance to check the website of the property, that's really a big check at the same time. You have to prepare for it, you know. Listen to the question before you respond. You could be bragging what you have at the moment and it's not really related, you know. So listen the question first and then think and then answer. What my tips for this candidate is first to be prepared, punctual, listen the question, and you know, practice. Sometimes I understand that it will take some time to be confident, especially when it's your first interview. You could be really, really nervous. So what you could do, you could practice in the mirror and start introducing yourself in front of the mirror. Sometimes I understand that the candidate is still really fresh from the school, and then suddenly they are in the interview. It's kind of shock. So I remember when I was doing my internship, I do watch a lot of YouTube, to be honest. I watch how the interview goes, how to check in, how to do this, do that. I have learned so much from YouTube by just watching, because on that time no one is teaching me or guiding me. So, you could have a lot of talent, but you don't know how to say it.
Mhm.
So this get to know myself. How can I be on my best? Is first is you have to get to know you yourself. Am I able to sing? Am I able to dance? Am I able to cook? What are my best talents that I can, put in the table during the interview?
Yeah, I think it's really helpful to just learn from as many sources as you can.
Take note that this is a 5-star hotel, InterContinental, so the standard is really high. So we would like to see candidate during the interview already looking like a 5-star. And that's the first impression. We people, we eat by our eye.
Definitely. That's some excellent advice. Thank you, Rachel. It's been really great to hear all of your advice as well as personal opinions on hospitality. And I'm also really excited to hear about the opening of the second property of InterContinental in Dubai.
We will start recruiting on the first quarter of 2025. That property is business hotel. So we will have a few large meeting rooms. So the number of employee will be triple. It's gonna be very exciting. It's also here in Business Bay. It's gonna be in the heart of Dubai. Big opportunity for those people who wants to start hospitality, because this is where you learn from the scratch. It's very exciting because you will see how the menu starts, the decoration, the name, your food tastings, test the room, see how the check-ins is gonna go, where the guests gonna walk around, how you're gonna welcome the guests, from which door to which door, all of that you will have to try before you officially open, and that is the most exciting part.
Thank you so much for sharing, Rachel.
You're welcome. Thank you very much for having me today. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.